welcome back to another video. It's been a while, and I should probably start doing the videos when things are good instead of when things are bad. I've had a lot of months of trouble-free operation from the old truck, and then we got stranded at Publix last night. It was fine, and then we came out of Publix. It was a crank no start. Started wearing the batteries down. Called for help. My buddy Walter came over. You guys saw him with his Gladiator, which has a new 2-inch lift, which looks super cool. So he came over, we tried to jump start it, and before we jumped it, while it was charging, I took a look at the injector control pressure sensor. That pigtail's been bothering me for a while, and I think I had a code for it a while ago. Just looked like it got crunched the last time I took it to the shop. And when I looked at it last night, I could see bare copper. So I fiddled with it, and then I came around to see if it would start, and it wouldn't even crank. So I'm hoping possibly that it's just, shorted out. PCM says I don't think so. So that's what we're going to start with. So step one is we're going to see what condition it's in now. I've had it on the battery charger all night and all morning. Getting closer to lunchtime now, so we're going to see what state it's in currently. Let's take a look at the charger. Yeah, it was dumping 3 amps in it when we put it in it last night. Now it's 1.5. These are brand new batteries too, so let's see what's happening. I just want to see if it'll turn. Nothing. Okay, so that's good-ish, I guess. It's in the same state. It's in the same state it was when we brought it home last night. So I'm going to get the ladder out so I can get into the engine compartment and see what that pigtail looks like. Yep. All right, let me zoom you in here. Yeah, there's some bare wire there. This was all crunched up. Let's see. So I fiddled with it a little more. Let's see that bare wire. They're all smashed up pretty good. And then I'm going to try one more time, see if anything happens with the key. Nothing. Interesting. All right. So we're going to try to, since it won't do anything with the key, I'm starting to wonder about the starter now. So we're going to pull the trick where we try to bypass the relay and stuff. I've got the key off, but it should still crank this way. So there's lots of videos out there about this, but you pinch these, you bring this end out, and then once you touch this to the hot right here, something like this, if you got wherever you have a nut sticking off there. Yeah, right there. So this bypasses everything, and the starter should turn regardless. Nothing. So I think we got a bad starter, and that's probably why it wouldn't crank for me. It's just not spinning it fast enough to turn. So I had high pressure oil. Which was my big concern. Yeah, I'm gonna go after the starter. That's been on there for a while, and I noticed, that it was slow cranking, which is why I replaced the batteries. And when I got the nice fresh batteries, it still wasn't turning fast enough, in my opinion. So things are starting to add up. We're gonna go after the starter. All right, so I got a 10, a 13, and a 15 in deep well, regular, a couple extensions in 3/8 drive, and I did the same thing in half inch in case I need more oomph. I did this starter, I forget how many years ago it was, while we were on vacation in Georgia, and I don't recall it being too difficult. Just the only difficult was there's one of the bolts up top that's just, it's hard to find and figure out how to get to it with the right extensions, but once you figure that out, you're good. So I'll have to figure it out again. Yeah, I think I got it at Napa, so all right, let's get to work. All right, so I'm gonna disconnect the positives of both batteries. These are 8mm. So I'm gonna disconnect both batteries and get down there and work on the starter. I don't have anybody to help me film, so I'm sorry I'm not gonna get any of that. But there's lots of good videos on how to do it. And like I said, it's really not that hard. That top bolt is really the only one that's a challenge, and it's not that bad. All right, so probably have the starter out when I get back to you. All right, got the new starter. And this is, if you were looking up under the truck, this is kind of how it sits. This is what you'd be looking at. And this is your 15 or 16. I know I said in the beginning of the video 15. The nut that was on the old starter happened to be a 16. This is the 10. And then the ones that go in these three holes are the 13s. And so looking from when you're laying down underneath, this is kind of how it sits. So this and this you can see easily. This is the one that you have to feel for. It's going to sit in there. And so you need like a 6-inch extension, and to get you out to this, get you out to here, get your ratchet out to this point. That was really the trick. I had the deep well and the 6-inch extension, and that got me out into this area, and you have a little bit of room to operate the ratchet. All right, so man, I pray this is the culprit. I'm gonna go ahead and put this on and we'll see what happens. All right, new starter's in. Batteries are connected, and then we're gonna see if anything happens. I really pray that was it, because I'm gonna be at a loss if not. All right, let's give her a shot here. There we go, baby. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Lord, for that. All right. All right. That's a happy sound. So I'm going to replace that pigtail. I'm going to replace that pigtail. Hopefully we got a bunch more miles to go. All right, on the road again. So last night, stranded in Publix parking lot. Buddy Walter, shout out to you, brother, for giving us a ride, giving us a tow home, and took some vacation time from work so I could just relax and try to troubleshoot this. Yeah, the key really was that it wouldn't turn or anything, and then when I bypassed the ignition and the relay, it didn't even whimper. So thankful that worked out. Really thankful that worked out. So on to the next thing. I am going to swap that pigtail out. Let's see, I'm going to pull out while we're going here. We're talking. The whole point was to go on test drive. disconnected the batteries. Oh, see, my stereo is all reset. Anyway, that's all right. That's the biggest thing I got to worry about. I'm doing pretty good, right? So I hope you enjoyed the video. I know I didn't show a lot of detail about doing that starter, but there are a ton of good videos out there showing how to do it, and hopefully I helped you out, showing you how to try to size the extension in the socket so that your ratchet sits just on the outside so that you have room to move it. The other thing you could do is take the wheel well out, and then you could have some access from the side there. But honestly, I've done this. I did it originally 4 or 5 times, I think, when I was in Kentucky, because I installed those, let's see, instead of the freeze plugs, I installed the valves. I forget what they're called, the valves where you can drain the block easier, not without having to pull freeze plugs. I have never used them, and then when we were in Kentucky and I had to change the starter, the first time I tried to install the new one, it wouldn't. I was tightening the bolts and it wouldn't tighten up into place. And as it turned out, one of the big copper contacts was hitting against that valve, which wouldn't be in a stock truck. So I just caused myself headache, and I've never used the valves. So don't do that. Stock's where it's at. Mostly. If you want to, this has the SCT tuner on it, a little extra horsepower. But other than that, stock's where it's at, except for lift and tires. You don't want to be stuck. Forget that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope it was helpful. If you got any tips for me, please send them. I like your questions, and I do try to get back to it. And I did notice that we hit 300 subscribers, and I know that's not much, but I appreciate it anyway. So you guys have a blessed day, and we'll see you on the next one. Hopefully I'll remember to do one when it's good news. And it's good news now. You guys be blessed. See ya.